Hey guys, today's Friday, October 23rd, and here is a rundown of what we did today. All right. So, you'll need your journal, notes on 7-2, which is rates, scissors, glue, pencil, and a highlighter. Make sure your builder 8 is completed and turned in. We're going to do a homework check. We're going to go over our 7.2 notes. I'm going to show you your video attachments, the 3 videos we watched in class, and where to find them in Google Classroom, along with the question of the day. So if you were in class, my second and third period class, sorry, my homeroom, would you rather visit the past or the future? Had lots of people want to visit their future selves to see what was going on. So so let's get going. Let me pull up the hover cam. And here is our ratio and rate tables. So I'm going to come in, going to grab my multicolored pen. And this was kind of like what we did in class yesterday. And this was your homework. So bags of candy hold 15 candies. Use the following ratio tables to find how many candies there are in the different number of bags. Okay, so I'm going to show you about 2 different ways that you can solve this. And I want you to kind of figure out which one works best for you because things work different for different people. So we need to find 21 bags. Well, I know one bag has 15 candies. Well, I need to get to 21. Well, if I take 1 and times it by 21, I get 21. And what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 15 times 21 will give me 315. So there's 315 candies in 21 bags. However, there is another way I can do this. Okay, so if I look at it and say, okay, I know what one bag is. Okay, I gotta get to 21. Well, 10 bags, I can multiply 150 times, 15 times 10, because that's just adding another 0. So that's 150. And I can get to 20 by doubling 10. So doubling 150 gives me 300. And then all I have to do is add 1 more to 300, add 15 more to 300, and get 315. So 2 separate ways we can do this and still come up with 315. Okay, let's look at our next one. So we need 91 bags. 91 bags. So I know one bag is 15. So 91 bags, and lots of people did it this way, which is perfect. Multiply 1 by 91 to give me 91. So multiply 15 by 91, and I get 1,365. Okay, so 91 bags have 1,365 candies, which 91 times 15 is 1,365. Another way you can do this is, okay, I know what 10 is. So if 10 was 150, 90, all I have to do is multiply it by 9. 9 times 150 gives me 1,350. And then I take 90 and I add 1 to get 91. So I take 1,350, add 15 to it to get 1,365. Either way, I get the same result. Okay, let's go down to 51 bags. 51 bags. Okay, had lots of people doing the same way as they did up here, which they just multiplied. You need to get to 51 bags. So 51 went with the bags down here, so I times that by 51. And I times 15 by 51. And I got 765. 765 pieces of candy. Again, the next way you can do this is, okay, well, if I can get to 50, well, I know 10 is 150. Well, 50, or you can think even 5, 75. So if 5 was 75, 50, we just add a 0 to it, is 750. And then 50 plus 1 gives me 51. So 750 plus 15 gives me 765. So there would be 765 pieces of candy in 51 bags. So if I need to write that as an equation, I can say my bags times 15 equals my candies. Okay, if I use variables, just letters to represent that, I can say 15 times B, or 15B equals C. B represents bags, C represents candy. All right, looking down here, 99 bags and 101 bags. Well, I could do the same thing like I've done. 99, how do I go from 1 to 99? I multiply by 99. So I could take 15 and multiply it by 99, and I would get 1,485. To get 101, I can multiply 1 by 101 and 15 by 101 and get 1,515. I could have also did it one other way. I could have figured out what 100 was. Well, that's easy. 100 times 1 gives me 100. Well, I would take 15 times 100, which I just add 2 zeros to it, would be 1,500. I'd add 15 to figure out 101, and I would subtract 15 to figure out 99. So that's just another way of thinking. So in 99 bags, you would have 1,485 pieces of candy, which you would take your bags, 15 times my bags equals my candy. Okay, which would be 15 times 99 equals 1,485. I ran out of room. And 101 bags would be 1515, which you can also say is 101 times 15 equals 1,515. Okay, so that does it for our homework right now. So you can put that up. And now we're going to go into our notes. So our title of our notes is 7.2, and it is rates. We're talking about rates today, and you see rates all the time, and you probably don't know about it. Okay, speed limit signs is a rate. If your car is going 55 miles per hour, that's a unit rate. That's a rate there. When you go to the grocery store and you look in the produce section, and avocados are on sale, $3 for $1. That is a unit rate. Those are rates. Okay, is your price per one is unit rate, and rates also is comparison of two different quantities. So like pound cost per pound, miles per gallon when you're dealing with cars and gasoline. Okay, so once you take the notes and cut them in half, right there. So under Petra needs to go onto another page. So let me zoom out so you can see how I want it in the journal. So on the left side, go to my journal. On the left side, using rates to compare prices is going to go up here. On the left. And Petra and Jerry's question is going to go on the right. Guys, rates is kind of the start of the proportions, is setting stuff up to figure that out in our next section, which is section 8. So this is our kind of our starting building block, and we're going to build on top of it. If you have a good understanding of finding rates and ratios, The next section you are going to do awesome at. Okay, you're going to do awesome at. So let's look. Using rates to compare prices. Here we go. So today's 10/23. All day today it was 10/23. Okay. So a rate is a comparison. We're comparing things by division of two quantities that have different units. Okay. Chris drove 107 miles in 2 hours. So we're comparing miles and hours. Guys, it's important for you to understand the quantities. The two things we're comparing, not the numbers, what the items are that we're comparing. Because when we set this up, we're going to set it up with words first before we even start with numbers. So it's very important for you to understand what two things we're comparing here. Two things, meaning words, not numbers. Okay, so we're going to set it up with words, and then we're going to plug in our numbers. And I promise you, it's a guaranteed foolproof way for you to get the answer correct, or you to understand it if you set it up like that. Now, calculating unit rate. A unit rate is a rate in which the second quantity is 1. When the first quantity of the unit rate is about money, the unit rate is sometimes called a unit price or a unit cost. Okay, so unit rate is down to 1. We're at 1 unit. The second quantity is 1. So again, when you're dealing with money, it's called the unit price or the unit cost. If you go to the grocery store, I'm going to kind of see if I can go back real quick to show you. And you go to the grocery store and you look at the labels. So grocery store labels, unit price. So you're going to think I'm a little crazy about looking this up, but I'm going to show you. When you go to the grocery store, see if the images are going to give me anything. You see where the price tags are on the shelf, okay? Like in Walmart, they're white, and there's always like a little yellow thing where it shows what the price is. If you look closely, there's these little things next to it, and it may be orange. Like at Walmart, it's normally orange. Market Basket may be different, or Berkshire Brothers, or wherever you are. But they have what you call a unit price. I know that they have this at Sam's. So you look at this, okay? And it's comparing things. So I'm going to pull up this Honey Nut Cheerios. You see they're the same box. I mean, they're the same thing. You have Honey Nut Cheerios here. You have Honey Nut Cheerios here. They're the same cereal. However, this box is less money than this box. But if you look closely at it, this box has about 12 ounces of cereal in it, while this box has 17 ounces of cereal in it. So which would be the better buy? If you look closely, I know that this is kind of blurry, you can see the unit price. So the price per ounce is about 38 cents per ounce, where this is 33 cents per ounce. So for 1 ounce, I'm saving money by choosing the larger box than the smaller box. Okay? That's being a good consumer, a good shopper, is finding the item and maybe not buying it because it's cheaper, but buying it because you get more for your money and it's less per ounce. Okay? And most all stores that you go to will have that somewhere on their price tags, No matter if you go to Kroger, H-E-B, Walmart, Berkshire Brothers, probably even the dollar store has it. But look for it. It will show what your unit price is. So here are 2 cans. All right. So you have a can of, this looks like Walmart green beans, and then this looks like a Del Monte. So this is the name brand versus the store brand. The name brand is 78 cents. The store brand is 58 cents. Okay? If you look closely, the unit price, this one's 9 cents per ounce. I'm assuming that this is weighed per ounce. And this is 7 cents per ounce. So you'd actually save money by purchasing the store brand green beans over the regular name brand green beans. Okay, so pay attention next time maybe you go out with mom or dad or whoever. If you go out to the store, just kind of casually look at the tags on the shelf, and you'll see that, oh, which one would be the better buy? If you have to save money, or if your parents are on a budget, that may be what they're looking at. Okay, I'm going to minimize that. Let's go back to my hovercam. So that was a quick little show of unit price. So here we go. There are 156 players on 13 teams. How many players are on each team? Okay, so I'm going to come down here. Again, I'm comparing two quantities. I'm looking for words. What am I comparing? I should not be looking for numbers yet. So if I look, I'm comparing players and teams. So I'm going to come and make a fraction out of this. So make a long line, I know, make a fraction. And I'm comparing players. So players is going to go on top. And I'm writing this out. And teams go on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to set it up so it's easy for me to refer back to. So, okay, so I need players and teams. So I need information on players. So I'm going to go look. Okay, 156 is related to players. So 156 is going to go up here. I'm going to make it like another fraction. And, 13 is represented by teams. 13, okay. So do you see that the numbers coincide with, like, straight across, players, 13 teams. So I can see that these numbers are in the right place. Now, how many players are on each team? Each, well, what number is each? Well, each is one team. So 1, well, 1 is going to go at the bottom because that's where teams are. So I've got to figure out. Now remember, rates is a comparison by division. So I need to figure out how can I go from 13 to 1. I can divide by 13. So if I divide by 13, I get 1 there. If I divide by 13, whoop, I get, let's see, 156 divided by 13. 13 can go into 15 one time. Leaves me a remainder of 2. Bring down my 6. 13 can go into 6 twice. 26. Remainder is 0. So my answer would be 12. I would have 12 players per team. Do you see how nice and easy it is when I set things up? If you set it up in nice, neat order, you're going to be able to visually see it. And then you could go back and go, oh, this 12 represents the players. This 1 is for one team. Okay, so next one. A package of 36 photos costs $18. What is the cost per photo? Okay. So if I'm looking for words first. What am I comparing? Well, a package is just telling me what it's all coming in. How are those photos coming? They're coming in a package. But we're comparing photographs and the cost. Okay? Because it's looking cost per photograph. So do you see how it says cost per photograph? So the cost came first. So cost, switch here. Cost is going to be on top, and we're dealing with money, so I'm just going to put a money sign. And then photograph is going to be on the bottom. Okay. Cost per photograph. Cost is on top, photograph is on the bottom. So let's look for information. So cost, I'm looking for something with cost. Oh, $18, that's talking about money. That's a cost, that's why I'm putting it on top. So I have $18. Photographs. Oh, 36 photos. There's that number that represents photos. So 36 photos. Now I need per photograph. So per, need to get to 1 photo. So how would I go from 36 to 1? I would divide by 36. And then I need to do the same to the top. I need to divide by 36. All right, somebody in my class said, well, 18 and over 36, well, Miss Delcambre, that's a half. So that may be a $50. So let's see if it totals a half. So 18 will go on the inside. And do you see I put a decimal with 2 zeros, like $18. and 36 would be on the outside. So I need to bring that decimal up. Let's see, what would 36 times what gives me something close to 180? So that would be 5. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry a 3. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I don't need to stop here. I need to continue because I'm dealing with money. So 0 would go there, leaving me with nothing. So it would be 50 cents per photo, which is a half a dollar. So my answer is 50 cents per photograph. Okay? And another key thing for you to remember is that when we're setting things up, money most always will go on top. Money most will always be your numerator because it will be like cost per pound, price per gallon, and so forth. Money will most always be on the top. Sometimes it's not, but most all the time it will be on top. All right, so let's flip our page over and let's talk about Petra. And Petra jogs 3 miles in 27 minutes. At this rate, how long will it take her to jog 5 miles? So I'm comparing. I'm looking for words of what I'm comparing. Well, miles and minutes is what I'm comparing. So miles is going to go on top. And minutes is going to go on the bottom. I can't even draw a straight line with a line there, but it's okay. So now I need to find information on miles and minutes. So miles, there's 3 miles. So that 3 is going to go right here. And there's 27 minutes. So that 27 is going to go down here. Okay, and I'm just making a big old table. But I need to get to 5 miles. All right, I can't go 3 times what gives me 5. So let's try to do this. Well, can I figure out what 1 would be? Well, I would have to divide this by 3 to get 1. And if I divide by 3 to the bottom, to the top, I must divide by 3 at the bottom. 27 divided by 3 gives me 9. So my unit rate, this is your unit rate right here. This is her unit rate. She can run 1 mile in 9 minutes. Now, how is she going to get to 5? Well, I can go 1 times 5 gives me 5, and 9 times 5 gives me 45. So my answer would be, it would take her 45 minutes to run 5 miles. It will take Petra, can't even spell her name, Petra, 45 minutes to jog, she doesn't run, jog 5 miles. I'm going to have the I capitalized. There's my period. It will take Petra 45 minutes to jog 5 miles. All right, let's look at this question with Jerry. Jerry drives 100 miles on the highway. His car uses 4 gallons of gasoline. How much gasoline would his car use if he drives 275 miles on the highway? All right, so what am I looking at? What 2 things am I looking at? Oh, miles. I'm comparing miles. And I'm talking about gallons of gasoline. Okay, so those are the 2 things I'm comparing. So instead of, doing it here, I'm going to just write it down here. So I have Jerry's chart, and I'm comparing miles, and I'm comparing gallons. So miles is going to be on the top, and gallons is going to be on the bottom. So what do I know about miles? I'm going to come back here to my question. I see that I have 100 miles on 4 gallons of gas. 100 miles on 4 gallons of gas. Okay, but I've got to get to 275 miles. Okay, so I'm going to do it with a ratio table and see how it will work. Need to get to 275. Well, I can get to 200 by doubling 100. So if I doubled 100, I get 200. If I double 4, I get 8. So 8 gallons of gas will take me 200 miles. Okay. Well, I'm close. Now I just have 75 to go. Well, if I halved 100, if I half 100, divide it by 2, I get 50. That's close. Right? And then if I halved 4, I would get 2. So now I can get 250. So I'm only missing 25. Oh, but if I halved 2, I get 1. And if I halved 50, I get 25. So, and if I total 250 and 25, I get 275. So if I add 8 plus 2 plus 1, I will get that total of how much gas I need. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's my answer. Jerry, let's write it. Jerry needs 11 gallons of gas to go 275 miles. All right. There we go. So that did it for our notes today. Now I'm going to show you where all of our videos that you'll need to watch are located at. So let me just close this down. Go to my Google Classroom. Okay, let me close out of the grocery store. So if you go to my classwork for today, again, this is week 2, and you see my crazy rate video shown in class. Yes, I had many commentaries on my crazy videos. So I have told you about Brady the Math Cat. There's Brady the Math Cat. Bad date. It talks about ratios and talking about rates of how people talk on a date. It's funny. And then I think I scared some people on the warthogs with the unit rate with Schmoop. Okay, but check them out. Maybe Brady the Math Cat will stick in your head and you'll understand unit rates. And that is all. So y'all have a great and safe weekend. Next week, we're going to continue with rates and solving rate problems and ratio problems and word problems. And we have a test on next Friday. And I will see about getting a Kahoot game going for our review, either a Kahoot or a Gimkit. We shall see. So take care. Have a wonderful weekend and stay safe. I will see you later. Bye.